Ladies and gentlemen, it's very cold. It is very cold, and because of that, I have the garage shut. It's dark as hell outside. We're working in the garage tonight. Got a little small, tiny heater that's like pissing in the wind. It's 25 out there, but we're going to try and make it work. On today's episode, as you saw in the thumbnail, we are changing the brakes, but we're also trying out a few things. We are discussing a tool I bought, why I bought it, for what reason. This is definitely for the sport guys with the big brake kit, the Akebono brakes. Go ahead and just sit back, enjoy, and just chuckle over the content for everyone else. Since the car is up, I'm going to do an oil change. This is the tool I'm talking about. Pads, nuts. Yes, I'm using a own driver, but I'm broke. I'll eventually get a 3/4 inch driver. If you guys are thinking I need a 1/2 inch driver, check out some reviews. The 3/4 inch, the 3/8 will surprise you. First off, let's go ahead and discuss the tool. This is a brake caliper spreader that I got off of Amazon. Pretty much wind it up, in and out. And it moves these paddles. And these paddles, you'll see, should help to spread the calipers that are holding the brake pads in. I normally go with OEM brakes. A while ago, I got a really good price on a set of StopTech sport brakes. So we're going to use that today. I'm not going to use the hardware. I'm just going to use the brakes, and I'm going to use the OEM hardware. Question is, does it come with grease? Negative on the grease packs. The first thing I did, I wiped it down, get a bunch of brake dust and stuff off. The first thing we need to do is pull the pins. We have the two brake pads here, where it's held down with a retainer on 2 pins. Each pin is held in only by some little spring clips, and you would see this spring clip is accessible on top here, but this one aren't. Luckily, at the back there is a Phillip head groove, so we can rotate the pin to orient the clip. So you see here the clips moving around, and now it's in the right orientation. I could use a little punch tool and pull the clip out. Now be very careful. This is like putting a detent in an AR. If you mess up and that pops, that spring is gone. So take your time and retain this clip. Here you go. There's a little clip. Bottom one, pulled out. Then I have a bigger punch tool. I'm just using that to push the pin out. If you want, you can put your thumb in the middle here and help wiggle it out, or on top here. And a pliers, and let's pull that out. Easy peasy. Take your time, you don't want to scratch your finish. There goes that retainer clip. It's really dirty in there. Just reach in, just wiggle about. Use my punch. You would see here, backside, here's a little squealer gauge. He's actually not bad, but I am hearing a squeal on the right side, so I guess I'm biting more on the right than the left.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kevan from the future. The right side didn't bite as much as the left side. When I took the right side out, it was pretty much even with the left. But you know, sport brakes, they squeal, they have a high-pitched noise every now and then. Porsche did an entire video about the noise to educate their customers. But recently I started having a constant squeal throughout a long braking cycle. That is what led me to believe that it was riding the sound thing. I'm a jigger. But these are the OEM brakes I've had in the car for over 7 years. So, changing them out, do an educational video, win-win.
But this does have some more life to it. Very careful, because you don't want to damage the clear coat, so don't put too much pressure on the finish of your brakes. There we go. Really simple to get them out if you really think about it. What I've also done, I've opened the reservoir cap on top there. You see the brake pistons there? What I want to do is just kind of clean it up a little bit. We're going to have to push these pistons, so those 4 pistons, back into the cavity where the pistons go. I don't really want to take all this grime and damage the dust boots and stuff like that. Let's just take some time and just try and get that tidied up and cleaned up a little bit. So I'm going to spray some brake cleaner on a brush. And just scrub away at it. Let's also hit the bottom here, because the bottom here is where the brake pads ride. So let's clean this up a little bit. That's much better. Much better. Way cleaner. So let's go and take the tool. Let's offer it up. It's too wide. So let's bring it in a little bit. So you're closing the jaws together. There we go. So I'm trying to get my hands out of the way. Do the top one. So let's go ahead. Open the jaws back up. So the bottom one's in, the top one could go in a little more, this all the way in, the top one could go a little more. Let's go ahead, keep going. The other side can start moving. I can feel the other side going in now. Ooh, oh my goodness, whew. Be very careful. Alright. That worked really well. Before I got this, I did the back wheels. And the back wheels, I did it toolless. That was a pain in the butt. I also it was very stiff, it was hard. It was very sketchy, because I'm trying to try to pry these pistons back with a clamp and a screwdriver, trying not to nick the side. It was really kind of sketchy trying to get this to work. And using the tool, way better, way better. Now remember, once again, before you start pushing these pistons back open the cap for your brake fluid reservoir and keep an eye on it while you're sending it back. Let's do the bottom side. Another thing, I'll put the direct link for this one in the description. There are many of them on Amazon. A lot of them have bad reviews because the metal, I guess, fingers are too thin, so they bend. So be careful, look at the reviews. I'll put the one I'm using. I like the design. It looked much sturdier versus the other ones. I mean, everything's come from China, but it's just the quality and which one you're going to choose. So I'll put the link of the one after I did a couple hours research and stuff that I end up getting. Let me go in some more. So anti-clockwise to go in, clockwise to extend out. Move my hand out of the way. See the pistons. One side go in, then I'll probably hit the wall. Now the other side's moving. So we're back. Different angle, had to move the camera. Battery said pull it off the charger, it was charged, but apparently not. Excuse the shift and the camera angle. The OEM one has a two-piece design, shim, but I know it's for sound vibration stuff. The StopTech ones are this big pad. I think I'm just going to leave the StopTech one on and see the difference. Normally you try to take some grease and put some grease here where the maintenance surfaces of the pistons go and where the corners where it would vibrate. But it didn't come with any grease, so let's just go and put them in. Say the parts with the holes to the outside. This has a lot of space. Just kind of wiggling them, getting them in there. Raise it up because it might stick. It will fit a little lower than the disc, that's fine. When we put the pins through, it will level everything out. This one disc is out a little bit. So let's use the tool again. Really small. And this is not because of the tool. This is just the hydraulic fluid, which in this case brake fluid, is just passing between the calipers. Okay, kind of cut the difference. This side here, wiggle it up a little bit. That's it. This is a little low, but we may have to pull it out a little bit, line it up, and get it in there. Let me take my brush and just scrub this down a little bit. I just got some of these garage towels too. I just got them from Amazon and they're pretty cool. They're much better than just buying expensive paper towels. They're a whole lot cheaper. Much better looking than what we took off. So we put that in place. Have to run the pin under. Try and get the glove. Finger into glove all the way. Under this leg, over this leg, under this leg. Let's give the pins a quick wipe down also. That on there. Line it up from the back. Push it through. Push down the middle. Get the pin over the middle there. And then we gotta play with this. Rock it a little bit. Let the pin engage it. Probably, if you use a punch tool, put in the front, align the hole. Got brought up a lot, so it's really out of line. A little small persuasion. Punch tool on there, light taps. All the way forward. Then we look for our clips. Use our screwdriver, line up our clip hole. It's crazy, huh? Those pins and everything is just little clip that's holding it in. First clip in. Screwdriver, line up the second pinhole. Second pin in. And that's it. Easy as that. That's how you change the sport brakes. Fluid level looks good. Everything's there. The tool worked awesome. No bent fingers. Probably make sure, because the body's so big you don't want to scratch it. But that worked really, really good. I'm very pleased, very happy with the outcome. It looks nice, cleaned up a little bit, although you're never going to see that. But overall, I'm very pleased. And just like that, you've changed your first set of sport brakes. Really easy. Couple tips. Before you start the other side, those pistons are pushed out all the way. Now there's a gap in between there. Before you start pushing out the other side and the brake fluids wants to rise and spill over, go ahead and just tap your brake a few times, just to go ahead and close the pistons on the new pads. All the way down to about 3 steps right there. Got those pistons seated onto the pads seated onto the disc. The level should have gone down some. Now I could safely go ahead on the other side, do the same procedure without worrying about it spilling over. Also, I know it's an extra step, cleaning everything, and I know some of you guys are like, ugh, trust me, it's worth it. It feels better, mentally feels better. The gaskets, the dust boots around the pistons feels better. It doesn't take that long. Just get an old toothbrush, spray some brake clean on it, and just get it scrubbed in. Wipe it out with a cloth, paper towel or something. I will put the link to the cloths. Black cloth! I will put a link to the cloths in the description for you guys if you guys want to pick up any. They're coming in handy so far, really, really handy. The paper towels, they just rip apart, whatever, fall apart. The towels are working well. Update on the wheel spec video. I have some SPL front upper control arms, or Fukas, as a lot of us know they're called. They're coming on the way. I'll get those in. I'll do a video, show you guys installing that, how to get that set up. And then I am going to make an appointment because I have the lifetime alignment at Bridgestone. And some of you guys just freaked out because I just said that. But also in this area, we have a master tech called Jose Lara. This dude is the alignment master. Unfortunately, because of the schoolings or whatever, what have you, or whatever, he is contract bound to Bridgestone. So there's a lot of shops trying to poach him for alignment stuff, but he's kind of tied to them. That is not here or there. We're going to get it. We're going to get aligned. And when I do get it aligned, because I want to drop that front some more, and when I do drop that front, I am definitely going to get out of spec. I was used to ride higher, so I wouldn't have to get Fukas, but now I want to drop the front some more, and I definitely got to get Fukas in order to put the geometry back into spec. So when those come in, I'll get that set up, I'll get that installed, we'll get it aligned, we'll get the specs, and we'll do a cool video of the wheels. But once again, thank you all for joining. If you guys learned something, please hit a thumbs up, leave a comment. Go ahead and share if it actually worked out and helped you out or something. If you know a friend has a sport brakes and don't know jack about what he's gonna do, shoot him a link. Until next time, guys, you all have a good one.